about for real like 39, and niggas just picking him up just because like yo he's OBJ. Glory years with the Giants, a bunch of injuries I will say hindered him throughout his career. Him going to the Giants, I guess the silver linings is what Mase say. You ain't gotta do too much. I don't fucking know. I have no faith in the Giants. Sorry, Nick.
No Cam Scatterbolt.
Nah, see, y'all going off the name. I never was jacking.
Yeah, never liked that.
Yeah.
Because
that was me.
Yeah, six.
Pack and all.
Six good names, 6 good games. Nigga, so because he white, you like nigga scat crazy. Nah, bro. Nigga tore his shit after 6 games. Now is he rugged? Is he rough? Does he have a lot of potential? Yeah, we seen it from
and Cam.
Killer was good, man.
Word, man. How you today?
Chilling, man.
That's what's up.
Chilling. I'm glad y'all are feeling great. I'm sure you're feeling even greater because we caught a lot of things. So, of course, we got some basketball to discuss first. But if y'all stick around, we're also going to discuss some football later because a lot of breaking news has happened. But the Spurs, they are on their way to the NBA Finals after defeating the Thunder 111-103 in Game 7. So we saw all the emotions that Wemby had after the game. But, Mase, what did you think of the Spurs' performance as a whole?
I just got to start by saying everybody's second team is out of here. I'm happy about that. So this blue I'm wearing is not an OKC blue. I'm just going to start off by saying that this blue does not represent OKC. It represents the train station. I hope you know where we're going with this. It represents the train station. I got to show some love to the train station. What's the question again?
How did you feel about the Spurs performance as a whole? And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't the Knicks your second team? Because it definitely wasn't your first. All right, she's just gonna laugh it off. No, we'll get back to the Spurs. We'll get back to the Spurs.
No, I love what I saw in Game 7. I actually thought it would be different, but when I saw SGA outfit as he walked in, I just knew they wasn't going to win that game. It just wasn't going to happen. You know, I like the fact that what Castleton put the defense on him, and they control what they can control. You know, they tell you this in sports. You got to control what you can control. And he was actually saying I could control this part of the game. I like what Wemby did. Wemby went out there and proved what I thought about him in the first place, and that's that he's the best player in the league. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. There's nobody that's going to be better than Wemby for a very long time. I pray every day. I'm going to pray for Wemby's health, because if his health holds up, he is the best player. He might pass. I don't want to go there, but he might pass Bron and Kobe and all of them if he gets this first ring. And that's what I saw when I saw Game 7. I saw somebody that was just that much better than everybody on the floor because of his God-given height, but also his will to win. His will that I'm going to be responsible for us winning, just like I was responsible when we lost, and that accountability is going to set him apart from everybody else. And we're no longer in the soft era. I like this. Pause. We're no longer in the soft era. That's what I saw in Game 7. I saw him take that that ongoing thing he was doing back and forth with Chet, very personal. I saw Chet vanish. I mean, it's a lot you could take from it. I saw an OKC team that was no longer good enough. They can't come back with this team next year. It would only get worse than what they saw in Game 7. After I saw Game 6, I thought SGA and them would show up. But it's a new sheriff in town, and it's a new NBA. I love it.
Damn.
See, when you're used to winning, you don't have to go crazy. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Stop. You was winning before you was born. We actually played the Knicks in '99. You wasn't here. So the championship is a repeat of 1999 championship. We won. I don't have to jump and down, up and down. I don't have to go crazy. When you're from the real title town, you don't have to.
That's where you going with this. That's where you going with this.
You're from the real title town.
This is why you can't be his friend.
Hands up. Hands up. You got it.
Yeah, you from the real title town.
You got 5 chips.
Yeah, you right.
You got 5 chips in this century. Even like 99. The real title town. Anyway, man, you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to scream. You don't have to yell. This is what you're accustomed to. So congratulations to us for making it back to the championship. Look, I have to say this, man. Our organization, talking about the Spurs, we have one of the best organizations of rebuilding very, very fast, man. And don't get me wrong, it's a little luck here and there and the lottery balls, paws, and everything else. But us getting the best big men in a span of 25 years, longer than that, because you got David Robinson. Then after David Robinson, you go get Tim Duncan, probably the best power forward ever. Now you got Wemby, the alien, who Mike Mace just said might be the best player ever. We get Stephon Castle. Listen, we got to give our tip our hat to management. Pop up there running the show from the Skybox. He's in practices. Miss Johnson. I just want to say shout out to the whole organization. Now back to Game 7. And I know we're going to visit some more things about this game, so I won't say too much because I'll let Stat ask other questions that she has to ask. But as far as this game is concerned, Wemby didn't even go crazy. Wemby had an all right game. To me, for Wemby, it was subpar. It was good enough. It's about everybody else who contribute. You got Castle guarding SGA. He had a decent game. I'm talking about point-wise. Champagne, he's knocking down shots, 20 points. Keldon Johnson finally showed up and act like the 6th man of the year. And I think that Dylan Harper wasn't playing that well the last couple games before Game 7 because he got injured earlier in this series and he still played no matter what. So I think his game was off a little bit because of the injury. You got to realize this. We're also playing the Spurs, that is, with 2 bad wheels with De'Aaron Fox. He's still out there putting on the show with his ankle bracelets on and pushing and fighting and everything else. Cornette bringing the nuns in. Listen, man, it's been an all-around team effort. So as great as Wemby is, the pieces that they have around there, young, talented, outstanding job, because Wemby didn't even have 25 points, let alone 30, 35, or 40. He didn't even get 25. He did what he had to do when he needed to do it. Of course, always a defensive prowess when he's on defense, number 1 defender in the NBA. But the rest of the team actually showed up and showed what it's about. Me personally, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought that we were 2-3 years away from this thing, to be honest with you. But to see these kids grow right in front of our eyes was truly a joy to watch. Not only that, sometimes the best teacher is experience. You can sit there and go to school all you want. I'm not talking about basketball. You go to school all you want and learn everything you can, but you won't get that. You won't learn anything from experience. You know what I used to do? When I had my record company and I was running on a full-time operation, I'm talking about with my record company when I had my offices up in Def Jam and then Warner Brothers, I only hired college graduates with music major degrees, because you went to school all this time to work for me and I have a GED. So you went to school essentially 4 years to work with me, and now you're trying to tell me about points and how this works and the music and this and music that's. All right, cool. Go to Brownsville real quick and pick up this money out the project 16D. It's gonna be a nigga named Gerald up there. Give him a 5 like this and come back with the money. I used to send niggas on wild missions because they thought that going to school would be a great way to learn the music business, and to me it really wasn't. When they give you these record deals, you know what they say? Yo, you're gonna get 6 points on this, and give you 4 points and 5 points. And after I got my initial record deal, when they tried to come meet that again, I said, I don't want to hear about points. What is this equal to in dollars? Because I can't take points to my landlord. I can't take points to the bank. I can't tell a nigga, yo, well, check this out, man. I can pay you rent next month because I got 6 points on this. Nah, fuck that. Sometimes the best experience, best teacher is experience. And that's what I got from the Spurs. We say, oh, they never been through nothing. They never been there. They just been through a rough 7-game series with the reigning champion and a 2-time reigning MVP. So congratulations to them. I thought it was a hard-fought battle. And we'll see what happens next round.
Yeah, and I want to say experience does outweigh everything, and that's coming from me. Y'all know I'm a big advocate for school, but like you got to be able to literally get in the field. So you brought up how on the Spurs, basically other players aside from Wemby were able to step up and help out, which as a whole made their team the better team on the court at the time. But looking at the Thunder, right? I mean, that's clearly what they were lacking. I specifically want to hone in on Chet, right? What do you rate his gameplay for this Game 7 and how he performed?
He was really the non-factor on this team. I mean, I know I said that they was playing, good D on SGA, but even though he had 35, they kept it where you're going to get your points, but we're going to make sure nobody else beats us, right? So because we know they're going to call all the fouls for SGA, because I wanted to unpack that pause for people to be like, what do you mean they played good defense? He had 35 or he had this many assists. Listen, they kept him where they wanted him to play so nobody else would get off. Pause. So even when you think of Chet only had 4 points. So when I'm looking at this team, it just like he just wasn't there. Whatever happened between him and Victor Wembanyama, it stayed on Wemby's mind. Like Killer said in times past, he made sure that he made a point that I am here to show you we're not nowhere near the same players as we were a couple years ago. This is my league. I am here to stay. And every time I see you, I'm gonna punish you. Pause. That's how this looked in this series. This Chet that we knew didn't show up this series. This was the most unfavorable time to disappear. Yeah. This is when it counts. I'm now gonna put him in that class if he does this again with the likes of like Harden and people like that get there and just vanish. This was a vanishing because last year when he played well and they won the championship, they didn't have to meet San Antonio. So I can't even count that no more. Like we used to see Embiid and he doesn't go to Denver. This might be one of those things we gotta watch. Next time, Chet, when you play Wemby, you gotta go crazy. They playing with.
So what do you rate him on?
Yeah.
Like what?
1 through 10 on the scale of his.
I'm giving him a 3.
Okay.
1 through 10? Mm-hmm. A negative 97.
Okay.
The fuck was you at, homeboy? Yo, where was you at, nigga? You 1 to 10, minus 97. That's what you get. You get nothing. You get nothing. You're in the hole. You know how bad you're in the hole, Chet? The niggas is talking about trading you. That's how bad it is for you, nigga. And listen, I'm usually one of them niggas like, nah, let's chill out. They didn't have, and I'm skipping. We might as well just bring it all out now and talk about this shit. What I will say is this, because they talk about possibly trading, or it's just rumors, words out there. We don't know what Sam Presti's going to do. But I would say leave him. Excuse me. Pardon me. You didn't have J-Dub. And you didn't have A.J. Mitchell, who's your second leading scorer. We're not going to act like that didn't count neither. Basically, your ball handling was all through SGA. We know Dort is not really a big ball handler. Mr. Sass McCain,
Sass McCain?
Sass McCain.
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
What happened?
I said he's doing what he's supposed to do. Why you gotta be Sass McCain?
You don't like Sass?
I call him McNail.
Yeah, McNail. Sass is not a bad word. Is Sass a bad word?
I would not want to be called Sass McCain. Personally, Sass nothing. But
he might like it.
I don't know at this point. I don't know.
He might like that shit.
He was balling the last game. And this game, he got 12. That's a lot to come off the bench.
He was balling a couple games this series, and he got carried away with himself. You know what I'm saying? We got to think about what's the name. Even though he had, I think, 12, 14, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 12, but
12.
Not McCain, Caruso. He shot terribly. 3 for 14 from the field. Look, niggas didn't show when they count, but you, Chet, what the fuck was you doing, bro? You took 2 shots. That's it, though, bro. It comes to a time when you're a basketball player where you got to be like, let me get the ball. Even if the play's not ran for you, they not running the offense. It comes a time when you got to be like, nah, dead ass. Y'all play, let me get the rock. And it seems like you didn't do that. You're moping around. You know what kind of offseason this is going to be for you? This is going to be a terrible offseason because now they're talking about, well, if you give a couple draft picks to Milwaukee and, you know, if you could keep Harnstein, Greek Freak would look crazy. Look sexy down there with Greek Freak. Now they might be able to compete with San Antonio. Because after this, when niggas is saying that San Antonio is about to run the West for however many years, they're not even counting OKC no more to run the West. Now, me personally, I'm not going to discredit OKC. Because like I said, you got AJ Mitchell out and you got J-Dub out. And J-Dub was basically out for a lot of games in the playoffs. I think he only played 3 or 4 games. So I'm not going to discredit them. Those are important players. Not just a regular player, I'm talking about J-Dub. He's an all-NBA player, meaning he's a top 15 NBA player when he's available. So I'm not going to just discredit OKC and throw him out the window. Shade showed up when he needed to show up. He had 35 points. But it's looking like it's San Antonio world in the West, man. That's what it's looking like. And Chet, they blaming you. They said, you know what, nigga, I've seen all type of memes about you. They say, fuck the number 7 because it's number 7. We need you in game 7. They had all type of shit about you out there, Chet. And I was like, damn, man. It's a cold world, man, but I dig it. You're 7'1", 7'2", whatever it is. Nigga, he ain't that much taller than you. Come on now, man.
Yeah, he only 3 inches.
Yo, fam, I played a bunch against a bunch of niggas 6'5", 6'7".
Yeah, it's like somebody 6'3".
Yeah, and we played against niggas 6'7", 6'8", and wanted the problems. I don't know with genuine Gen Z. Yo, listen, man.
It's the cupcake era.
Yo, my nigga.
And I like when we bringing back, you know, that original style of basketball. I'm for it.
And listen,
I'm discounting them.
And to be honest with you,
I'm discounting.
The nigga Wemby may not go by the Gen shit. He over there, man. I see some shit with Wemby. Wemby was dived in the water, did jumping jacks and grabbed some weights and started lifting weights underwater. I'm like, what time he start breathing? Because he was under there for like 2.5 minutes. I don't know if y'all seen this footage of Wemby going underwater, doing some exercise and grab some weights and start lifting weights and swimming with the shit. The video cut off. He was still underwater when the video cut off. I don't know how long he was under there. But this is the type of mindset.
Yeah, he was trained for this.
That a nigga wants to win, yo. He wants to win, and you don't want to win from the outside looking in, or you scared of that nigga. It's one or the other, man. And I would hate to say as a basketball player that you scared of anybody. I remember this nigga Sin asked me and Mase, yo, y'all want to be scared to guard Kyrie when y'all was coming up? No. Yo, what are you talking about, man? This is no. Yo, I don't want to get embarrassed. Yo, bro, man, do you want to be a ball player? Or do you,
nah.
Nigga, we can't. Them the nights we wake up early. Talking about the game.
Get your hair cut.
Yeah. What is you talking about? Nigga, we slapped the floor and all that on Kyrie and we played against Kyrie. And actually, it wasn't Kyrie. It was a nigga named Ed Coda. And not just Ed Coda, pardon me. Booger Smith.
Yeah, Ray Foster.
Yeah, nigga, come here, my nigga. Scared basketball players don't need to motherfucking be on the court, man. There's no room for y'all niggas, man. And then when your body language and your facial expressions show, yo, my nigga, it's not gonna be good. And the crazy shit is, you know what's crazy, to be totally honest with you? I don't know if Greek Freak would go for it because he's on a 1-year contract and it might just be a rental, but this might actually be a good trade for both parties, right? When you think about this, you got a young Chet, You could be the number one nigga that you wanted to be, or you're not saying you wanted to be, that you were supposed to be. Because you really was going to be a number one option when you got drafted to OKC. You end up getting hurt. Shea is over there. Shea starts balling out crazy. Now you becoming second and maybe third option behind J-Dub. Then the nigga Chet just make all NBA just this season? Was he on the all NBA team? What the fuck are you doing? I would take my vote back. How the fuck we make you all NBA and you pouting and scared and all type of shit and only took 2 shots? And after the game you sulking. At least James Harden said he played good. James Harden said, I thought I did all right. Niggas ain't win one game. James Harden, his confidence crazy. He said, I'm playing D and all that. He said he was playing defense. He said, I thought I did decent. You over there pouting this shit. Negative 97 on a scale of 1 to 10.
They was calling ice cream on James
Everybody. The nigga shamming called ice cream on the nigga. Nigga told the nigga, get out the way, my nigga. So, if the Greek Freak like I said, I don't know how financially it'll work or anything else, and the Greek Freak you have for a 1-year deal unless he wants to sign there for a couple more years. But yeah, I think this is a great trade for Milwaukee as well, because you got a young talent in Chet. We can see if he's really a number one option. No disrespect to the Eastern Conference, but I think it's a little easier than the Western Conference. Go over there, throw your weight around, even though you're about 162 pounds soaking wet. But listen, man, I wouldn't get rid of you, but I'm just saying these are the things that's thrown out there. I would run it back, me personally, and wait for the whole team to get back and see where we're at with it. Then if it don't work next year, cool. Think about this, man. You lost Game 7 by 8 points without top 2 players on the floor outside of Chet.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I can't even be mad at the rating because I understand they didn't have 2 players, but 4 points from Chet is crazy. Like that's
but next year if San Antonio
2 shots is crazy. Sorry, Mace, but to take only 2 shots.
Yeah.
I'd rather you have 4 points and shoot 15, 16 shots. Personally. Go ahead, Mace.
But once San Antonio, if they win this championship, the confidence that team is coming back with will be more than those 8 points. You know, after people win a championship, they become different animals, you know, pause. They definitely do.
Yeah, but that's also why I think it's going to be harder because you know those players who just go through the motions and they're not really thinking aside from like what the play is and they're just that's kind of what, because like you said, even shooting 2 shots only is crazy. And like, especially because I know they're probably not on social media, but everybody's saying like, Chet, you need to step it up. Chet, you need to do this. You're slacking. You're like, at what point do you have that switch turn on where you're like, this is Game 7, let me lock in? Like that just never happened with
some
Chet.
people don't think like that. They think like, I already got my championship. This is important to y'all. You know this. It's your generation, Stat. I already got my chip. It's money time now, right? So, but I think when you play thing. Like this,
everybody got paid over there.
Yeah,
all 3 of them niggas got paid. It's my fault.
Yeah, so you thinking like this? I think this is this might be Chet's last year on this contract. What year is he in?
He just did a deal.
He just signed a new 5-year one. Yeah, so he has some time there, but
yeah, he got to play better than that. I think because if this was his money year, he needed more points than 4, and right now they're definitely trying to see what else is available. But I don't think you can get rid of Chet unless you get somebody like Giannis, because the West Coast is going to be too tall. I don't care how good you play. If you got to play a 7-4 hanging by the basket, it's so much spinning off the backboard you could do because you got to get it to the backboard. And I think when you got defense like Vassell and you got defense like Castle, and they're already putting the pressure on the ball, and then they playing defense, and you trying to change your shot, and then Wemby come out of somewhere, it's just difficult to play against, and he's only going to get better, and he's only going to get more aggressive when it comes to blocking shots and things like that. He'll get to the point where he's getting 10 blocks.
Yeah, and then Chet's contract goes to the 2030 to 2031 season, so.
That's crazy.
So
yeah.
I guess let's just end on this because I know you brought up Giannis and you tapped in a little bit with that too. Any other changes that you think OKC should make after just seeing how that Game 7 ended?
Yeah, I like Killer's idea. They could run it back if they only lost by 8. But they probably will lose next year to them again, or this will become a great rivalry. This may become that Magic and Bird thing, where they go back and forth with people winning different championships. But I like both of these teams.
I think, and what's the exact question?
Yeah, basically any other changes aside from Chet that you think OKC.
I think they should run it back. Like I said, they lost by 8 points, but you have to think about this as well. How motivated is J-Dub, like, nigga? Because I know me personally. Nigga, if I was playing, nigga, it's just,
y'all ain't have me.
Yeah. And AJ Mitchell, too.
Yeah.
Nigga, if we was playing.
Now y'all know how important I am.
Yeah.
That's
Tim Gittins. That's what I remember we was 23-0, and the 2 guard on my team got hurt, and we was like, whatever, we on Neil. We lost in the first round. He came to school laughing the next day. So I know, but personally, as a former athlete, like I said, not professional level, nigga, I'm talking shit all season. It don't count. I wasn't playing. Fuck you, nigga. You know what? You seen the games I played. Fuck is you talking about? AJ Smith, he's the second leading scorer. That AJ Mitchell, like, bro, this is the second leading scorer not playing. I'm throwing all that in there. I think this would be a great rivalry if you leave the teams how they are. Chet will come back more motivated because he's going to have to deal with it all off season.
Yep.
And give him a chance, man. Listen, no team is not, we just live in a motherfucking microwave era. We want everything now. Everything now. And if something doesn't go right now, we got to change everything up. Change everything up. No, this isn't working. This isn't working. This isn't working. Yo, let niggas get some time to see. Develop. You're not just lose. Don't get it fucked up. You lose it to some young niggas who never been through it. But you're losing to a nigga that we never seen before. Like Mase just said, we seen Michael Jordan. We seen LeBron James. We seen Kobe Bryant. We seen Kevin Durant. We seen Steph Curry. We've never seen this before. This is something brand new. So I would chill out, relax, bring the crew back, and see how it goes from there. Me personally, I wouldn't rush and get Giannis because we don't know if Giannis wants to stay there. It'd be a 1-year rental if he doesn't sign with them long term. His contract is up next year. I'm talking about Giannis.
Yeah, but if he wins this and he stay healthy, he'll be our new GOAT.
Oh, new GOAT. Okay, ready to stamp that. I haven't heard that from you. Okay, well, shout out to the Spurs. Game 1 will be Wednesday.
What a wild day to be following football, because the Los Angeles Rams just pulled off a move that has the entire NFL world talking. And now the conversation has made its way from sports media straight into Harlem, where Mase and Camron, 2 of hip-hop's most outspoken personalities, weighed in after hearing the news that the Rams landed Myles Garrett. Let's just say neither of them held back. If you're familiar with Dipset culture, then you already know these guys say exactly what's on their minds. And when football enters the discussion, they bring the same passion and competitive energy they bring to rap. First, let's set the stage. Myles Garrett, widely viewed as one of the most dominant defensive players in football, the same player who's been making life miserable for quarterbacks in Cleveland for years, is now heading across the country to join Sean McVay and the Rams. The move sent shockwaves through the league. Social media exploded. Analysts, fans, and sports shows everywhere immediately started debating what this could mean for the NFC moving forward. But forget the experts for a second, because once Mase and Camron started discussing the trade on their show, it instantly became must-see content. Cam jumped in first, and if you know Cam, you know he wasn't about to ease into the conversation. He came out firing, arguing that the Rams have been operating on a completely different level while other organizations are still trying to catch up. He basically said that Les Snead and the Rams front office have never been afraid to sacrifice draft picks if it means bringing in proven stars. According to Cam, that's exactly why they continue putting themselves in position to compete for championships. He pointed out that the Rams have built a reputation for trading future assets, acquiring elite talent, and finding ways to stay relevant in the Super Bowl conversation. And now they've added arguably the best pass rusher in football. In his eyes, the rest of the NFC should be paying attention. Cam's message was simple. Anyone expecting the Rams to fall off clearly hasn't been watching. Mase approached it differently, bringing his usual calm and measured perspective. But don't mistake calm for soft, because his analysis hit just as hard. Mase emphasized that Myles Garrett isn't simply another star player. He's the type of rare talent that comes around once in a generation. He reminded viewers that Garrett has stacked up double-digit sack seasons, collected major defensive honors, and plays with a relentless intensity that coaches can't manufacture. Mase argued that when you combine Garrett with the defensive talent already on the roster, while also having Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Matthew Stafford healthy and focused, the Rams suddenly become a very dangerous team. From there, the conversation shifted toward what this trade means for the rest of the NFC West, and that's when things became even entertaining. Cam practically dismissed the competition altogether. He argued that the 49ers are dealing with their own issues, the Seahawks are still searching for answers, and the Cardinals remain a step behind the league's top contenders. As far as Cam was concerned, this is the Rams' division until somebody proves otherwise, period. And with Myles Garrett now in Los Angeles, the message to the rest of the NFC is simple. Nobody is getting an easy ride this season. Mase also dug into the financial side of the deal, because if you followed him for any amount of time, you know he always looks beyond the headlines and into the business decisions behind them. He broke down how the Rams were able to make the numbers work, how the contract structure fits into their bigger picture, and what it says about an organization that's clearly focused on winning immediately. According to Mase, this isn't a team thinking 3 or 4 years down the road. This isn't a franchise patiently waiting for young talent to develop and hopefully become contenders one day. In his view, this is a full-scale win-now operation, and acquiring Myles Garrett removes any doubt about that. Mase even suggested that if you're a veteran free agent chasing a championship, the Rams have to be one of the first teams you're calling. One of the most entertaining parts of the discussion came when both hosts started comparing the move to the music industry. Camron described it as the football equivalent of a record label signing the hottest artist in the game right before award season begins. In other words, the Rams didn't just add talent, they added the biggest possible name at exactly the right moment. Mase immediately agreed and argued that the timing is what makes the move so dangerous. Teams don't pull off blockbuster deals like this unless they believe a championship window is sitting wide open, and the Rams clearly think that moment is right now. The conversation also shifted toward what all of this could mean for Matthew Stafford's legacy. Both Cam and Mase agreed that Stafford has spent much of his career being overlooked, despite consistently performing at a high level. They argued that if this version of the Rams makes a deep playoff run, or even captures another Super Bowl, people may finally start giving him the recognition he's deserved for years. Cam pointed out that Stafford thrives under pressure, and that having a defense capable of creating constant disruption means the offense won't have to carry the entire load every week. By the end of the segment, one thing was impossible to miss. Mase and Camron are fully bought into the Rams heading into this season, and honestly, after hearing the case they laid out, it's difficult not to understand why. The Rams made a statement move. Myles Garrett is widely regarded as one of the best defensive players in football, and the rest of the league may soon get another reminder that Los Angeles doesn't spend much time rebuilding. They prefer reloading and getting right back into the fight. If you made it this far into the video and haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. And before you go, drop a comment below and let everyone know whether you think the Rams have what it takes to win the Super Bowl this season.